Okay, today I'm going to show you how to run a subscriber re-engagement workflow using Drip. What a subscriber re-engagement workflow is basically a way to prune or delete subscribers that are not engaged on your email list. The way I see it, if someone's not opening your emails, why have them on your list? And this, as you will see, the more you start running more re-engagement workflows and pruning unengaged subscribers, you'll see that your open rates will go up because those subscribers that are not opening are not bringing your rates down. So I recommend that you run a subscriber re-engagement check at least every 3 months. I think that's a good amount of time. And I do it I prune basically or delete anyone who hasn't opened my emails within the last 10 emails that I've sent. And basically, what I'm saying to them is, hey, I noticed that you haven't opened my emails. As a courtesy, if you don't want to be on my list anymore, I'll delete you if you don't click this link. I usually provide a link for them to click, which I'll show you how I set that up. And if they don't click on that link, then I give them another 7 days and then I delete them. So first things first. So if you're using Drip, I'll show you how to do this using Drip, but you can do this with pretty much any email software provider or service provider that you use that has automation built in. So once you see it here, you'll probably be able to do it for many other platforms. So within Drip, I go to the automation section, and then I'm going to actually show you mine, and then I can show you one from scratch. But I've created an automation called list pruning. And when you click on this, and basically in your case, you would be starting a new workflow. The way I set it up is I don't define a trigger because basically this is a manual step that I do. I do a check. I run a segment in Drip checking to see who hasn't opened my last 10 emails. And then whoever those people are at the current time, whenever I do this check, I will go ahead and do a manual bulk action that sends them into this workflow. Okay, but for the purposes of this exercise, I'm actually just going to show you what the workflow looks like. So anyways, no defined trigger because again, I'm doing a manual import. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a tag. I'm going to apply a re-engagement tag, just so that way they're tagged and I can see that this was a subscriber that I ran a re-engagement campaign on. In case I have to do it again, I can go ahead and check that way. And then what happens is, so they go through this workflow, they get a tag applied to them, and then I send them a one-off email, a campaign email actually, and it happens during a campaign, which I'll take you to that email in just a second. But that email is basically saying, hey, notice you haven't opened my last few emails, just want to see if you want to be in this as a courtesy. And then what happens from there is I do a delay because what's going to happen in this email is there's a link that the person has to click to tell me that they're still interested. And I want to give them some time to do that so that way I'm not just deleting them like in a day. Maybe they need time to open their email. And if they click on that link, that means that they will stay in my campaign. And you'll see here that I set up a goal and then an email gets to them saying, hey, you're back in the loop, no worries. However, if they do not click on a link within this email, then they are going to still wait the 5 days, but then they're going to be automatically unsubscribed. So that happens. All I have to do is basically send the person through the workflow, and then all of this will happen within the span of a couple of days, about a week. So I don't have to do anything really once I put the people in the workflow. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what that campaign email looks like. So here's the email that person will get. Are you still interested in hearing from me? And the way this email looks is saying, hi, I'm writing you because you haven't opened my last emails and that I've sent you, and I want to make sure that you're still interested. If you'd like to continue receiving emails from me, click this link. Otherwise, as a courtesy, I'll remove you as a subscriber within the next few days. So what's happening here is this link here is a trigger link. So I set up a rule within Drip saying if anyone clicks on this link, an action will be triggered, and that's the trigger that you see within the workflow. Okay. So let's go back to that automation, this pruning. And basically when they click that trigger link, it's going to pull them out of this campaign and bring out of this step and bring them to this step. And then I'll apply a tag to them, clicked re-engaged, and then we'll send them this email, this one-off email saying, hey, glad to have you back in the loop. You're still part of the list. Look forward to continuing to help you in your business. That's what that email says. Okay, so it's not too difficult to set up. I'll basically show you here. So let's go ahead and create a new one. I'm just going to say list pruning example. And then I'm going to apply a tag called engagement. And then remember, I have that campaign already set up, so you will want to set up a campaign with an email inside of it. So in this case, that campaign is already set up, so I'm going to send them the campaign. And that campaign, I called it subscriber re-engagement. And then we'll update that. And then remember, if they don't do anything, if they don't click on any link, I'm going to want to unsubscribe them. Oops. I'm going to want to unsubscribe them. So I want to give them time to click that link. So let's say I want to give them 7 days. You could do 5 days, whatever you prefer. And then from here, because if they don't do anything, I want to unsubscribe them. So I'm going to go ahead and choose an action and unsubscribe. And in this case, it would be all mailings. And then the other thing I want to do is, so this is if they take path A, which is do nothing, they'll get unsubscribed. But I want a path for them, a goal which is if they click that link. So I'm going to set up a goal. And then what's going to happen is a trigger link. So that trigger link that I set up, if they click that trigger link saying, yes, I still want to be part of your campaign, then that's what happened here. So in the case of, I had already created a trigger link, so we're just going to say, let me see if I don't want to actually create one for you, but I guess I might have to. Let's just do this. All right, so that trigger link is created, and then I'll send them a one-off email saying, hey, great, you're still in, great, you're still on my list, yeah, whatever you wanted to say. And then I go back and oh yes, remember I want to apply a tag to them, which is going to be subscriber re-engaged. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing that we'd have to do is the trigger link that I created here. I'm not going to do it because it's not real this time, but the trigger link that I actually created here, I'm going to want to go back into that campaign, and that link where it says click here if you still want to be on my list, I'm going to make sure I update it with this trigger link that I created. So that way, when someone gets this campaign email, they click on that trigger link, it will pull them down to this step. Okay? So that is the way that you would create a subscriber re-engagement automated workflow.